felt like we kind of shut down between ourselves, you know, more than they shut us down.
I can't remember the last time FaZe took a beating this hard.
I haven't felt this low energy from everyone ever since I joined the team. This team was lacking a lot of communication, you know, even though we are spending so much time together at the tournaments.
Outclassed, outmatched, and absolutely owned is FaZe.
You know, after a good talk we had after this tournament, it feels like we got something out of it. From now on, I mean, we're just all gonna be aiming to get better, you know. We're gonna be talking about things, we're gonna be having fun, and we're gonna go back to the FaZe that people know.
We are in Dallas for IEM Dallas 2024.
As usual, looking forward to playing in the arena and hopefully going to the grand final and winning.
We got to Dallas, and during the travel day there was a CS update and there was some changes in Vertigo.
They just keep changing the map for no reason and it just keeps getting worse somehow.
Getting a complete revamp here for IEM Dallas. I think Elish said it pretty well. It's a massive change.
European teams not so happy with this one.
The PC crashes we've been facing in the past tournaments. Playing in the middle of the round, someone's game just freezes and you just lose a player automatically.
Oh, Rain's also Rain switched on.
Oh no!
Day one of Dallas, we played M80. Definitely a game which could have gone either way, but I think we saw ourselves as a favorite. We didn't underestimate them, and we were playing confident.
Sin reroutes away from Temple, back towards the CT lane. Time is ticking. There's no kit between the players, and they'll both get shut down. FaZe will strike first.
Spread is smaller, and duration is shorter, so it's basically got nerfed, the CT Molotov. I mean, it's pretty drastic in some environments and maps. I think it makes a big change. Before you could flush out an opponent with one CT Molotov, but now you can't.
M80 with a chip on their shoulder. Oh, they dodged the Molotov. The CT Molotov didn't spread across the entire ramp, and that...
It is what it is for now, and right now it just sucks.
Robs isn't super happy about the state of the game. Somebody who figured everything out early
is found out as he tries to press through smoke, and Slacks' 13 health has to clutch out the 1v2. Kerrigan gonna toy with the peak, buy time for Robs to arrive. More damage on Slacks, and down he goes. 13-6. FaZe not wasting time in their opening Dallas game.
If a couple things go even better for FaZe, where they definitely could, Robs getting back to that form, who knows what happens, because when Robs was on form, that's when it wasn't second places, that's when it was first.
I was taking over the #1 spot as long as we keep playing the tournaments and do what we do as usual. I think we have a good chance to get it back.
Welcome back, everybody. It is day 2 here on the ground in Dallas, Texas. A stormy night for some, and then for others, it was about packing up and getting the hell out of Dallas. That is true. We have eliminated some teams. This one, though, doesn't necessarily hold that same weight. In fact, both these teams in FaZe and Virtus.pro are looking to make a playoff appearance, and they do get that opportunity here today should they win this best of 3 against one another. A lot of things to take into here.
The second match was against VP.
Okay, that is surprising. Yeah. That really is surprising, because this is the map that was FaZe's pick back at Pro League, and FaZe won it super convincingly, so...
They ended up picking Mirage, and we picked Inferno. I think the Mirage pick had a little surprise on us. We expected a different map.
He's speaking a lot. He knows he's got the round in the palm of his hands. Kerrigan going to be completely jump scared here. Bang! Tap to the side of the head. Frozen reacts, but now Apps activates. Frozen, what can you do? Nothing. Fame checks it. Already seems to have a good idea on Robs. Gets the element of surprise. It's an uncomfortable situation. Jane plays it beautifully. So poised.
They played a bit better than us on Mirage. It was a close game, as I said, but I think they had some sort of an edge in the end.
VP have come in strong, looking fierce on Mirage. Kerrigan, you walking through this, you are dead to Electronic. And Robs, he's doing an impossible one with that D. Can't even get one for good measure. It's a 13-10 scoreline. VP take their map pick here in Dallas. A solid haul and a solid performance. Ready and situated to get our second map started. It's a group stage advancement match. We're talking playoffs on the line. VP, they took the first. This is FaZe Clan's pick. Rain hits his shots. It's going to be very hard. And actually gets across. Good work from Jane. He will punch in the code and actually changes his mind. He's going to get run down. Why not have a go? Don't see the kit. 10 seconds for him to isolate these jewels. They're holding it, going for the 10-seconder. He just has to find him in the smoke, and he does get the first slash. Fame's getting cut up, and it's a clutch from Rain. That's the pre-aim, the elevated angle, a missed spray from Electronic. He's brought low. Good shots from Frozen, and a no-scope just like that to wrap it up and take us the distance. We need a third map to separate these two teams.
Inferno, we should have won easier. It was overtime. Bunch of mistakes on T-side, but glad we closed out on Ancients.
The bomb's gone down. Rain's already isolated another jewel. He should go down here. Quick flick out of Electronic is nice, but he needs to find a few more of them. Dancing around the pillar, this could get deadly. Norbert, what have you got?
Finally, we get to talk about it, Alex.
There's a lot of room for... wow, Carrigan gets the frag onto James there. They re-smoke the cross and isolate the jewels. A jumping Mac 10 for Carrigan. This is a well-seasoned round out of FaZe. Flit doing the flashbang dance gets nothing. Good damage from Carrigan. He can't seem to finish it off, but maybe Brokey can. In combination with Rain, they found a way in to the A side. Flit, ahead of the play. Depends on his pre-aim, and Rain's too strong. FaZe to close in regulation every single round. Norbert down, Carrigan makes it so. To be sent to the lower bracket by FaZe Clan in a full 3-map affair. A long slog. Jane trying to manufacture something, but Frozen makes it so. FaZe secure themselves a spot in the playoffs.
It was a very tight game. I think every map went almost the distance.
It looked like it's not even really playoff form for FaZe yet. They didn't look like they were really taking that with ease.
It does feel like a classic FaZe game. You know, it's close, it's 3 maps, it's gritty, but they get it done, you know, and it's another playoff berth for FaZe. This sets them up for a game against Team Spirit.
FaZe Clan versus Spirit for a spot in the semifinals here at the Intel Extreme Masters Dallas. This is a tale of youngsters versus the veterans at the 100th Intel Extreme Masters event, Jason.
You know, if you asked people to make like a list of top teams, you know, Spirit is definitely up there in the top 3, maybe top 5.
I mean, they're obviously a great team, right? They won Katowice earlier this year. In my eyes, they are considered the title contender as well. So I don't think they're just a hard team for us at the moment. I think they're a hard team for anyone.
They have a superstar player named Donk, who has been putting up astronomical numbers this year so far. So that's always like hard to shut down.
The AWP dispatches of him, and look at Donk do it! That's disgusting! Revolting from Donk!
First map was Anubis, and I think we were pretty confident.
He'll drop back, he'll smoke out and flash. He's got quick rotations from his teammates, and FaZe are charging in. Dropper with the first. Traded by Frozen, who'll follow up for a further kill, and FaZe Clan come crashing.
We've had some good preparation back home for the map, and we also really expected the map to come into play from Spirit, so everything went to as planned.
Hoping that enough of a distraction is being set up for Boris, but it won't happen. Magix is taken down, Shiro will follow, and this Team Spirit 4 spot is handled well by FaZe. FaZe Clan attack. Shiro taken down first, good clearance from Rain. Information picked up is the whereabouts of those 2 extra B defenders, and they're cleared out with ease. So FaZe Clan, nice and controlled, super comfortable start into Anubis. Celtics is about to clear out the top fountain. Rops forced into position, but it's going to work out perfectly for Rops. Absolutely wrecked. Rops just doesn't stop on defending this A bomb site. Team Spirit lose 3 players to 1 man, and he could get everybody here. Rops is on for all 5, and Magix is the only player between him and all 5 kills, but he takes Rops out at the back of the bomb site.
You know, up until like you start losing, so that's about just performance in the end, I feel like.
This is an extra weapon now, ready to go for Team Spirit. Donk stays committed with the Galil. Dink and Damage follow up with the Tech 9. Magix bursts through the B bomb site.
This time, instead of behind the bomb site, it's both players stuck at pillar. And they love that. Yeah, you had to try something, trying to make some magic happen. And FaZe, they're going to slip just at the final hurdle.
It was fantastic to come back and stay competitive in this one. FaZe had a golden opportunity in the previous round, but Team Spirit will not be denied here on Anubis. They are up 1 map versus FaZe Clan.
Nuke, the pick of FaZe coming into this matchup, and a spot at the semi-finals on the line.
The new one was the one that was, you know, a little bit painful, because that's our pick. That's the map we should, you know, someone.
And that is massive information for Chopper because he can now activate this flank, seeing nobody in secret. He's calling his teammates to get ready on this upper bomb site. Dog peeks outside, realizing they're going to have to cross domain. And here comes Chopper round the back. A perfect play from the in-game leader of Spirit with 14 seconds left. FaZe Clan hit the deck as Magix doubles up from top height. And Spirit come charging back into the bomb site. Carrigan survives on 37 health towards the back of the site, but he's taken out. Now the defuse is on. Ray can't stop it. Spirit come back in.
Almost felt similar to when we faced them in Katowice.
It's FaZe that repel the invaders. Oh dear, Doc with 3.
They won a really important round on Nuke. I mean, they just broke the economy, and I think that round was a decider basically on that map.
Flash up for Brokey. Chopper's blinded by a bomb, not planted, but Zontix nails that headshot with the Tech 9. Rops is decapitated upon the peak, and Chopper stepping up alongside of him. Raim takes damage in his engagement, and so Chopper feels confident to swing.
I think they just played good today. We didn't. We didn't really show up to our full strength, I would say.
And Rops just doesn't have the time to make this happen.
He's got that first kill on Donk, but he goes right into Shiro, and Team Spirit surge into the semi-finals of the 100th Intel Extreme Masters. This time it's in Dallas.
I don't know what went wrong. We just didn't want to win.
And now we are really talking. Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters. We're down here in Dallas. I've got Y&K in the middle. I've got Steel in the end. My name is Trace, and we're going to be picking this one up. G2 versus FaZe. Now, Nexa has said he's had some off days, but the real question is, can he see off FaZe?
I think they don't really have expectations, but to just play, you know, and get the best result possible. And they've already gone a long way. They're definitely happy with that, so they're probably having like good mood and high morale. The crowd's gonna be against us, that's for sure. Due to Stewie2K subbing in for Hooksy.
He's here with G2. Who expected that?
Yeah, I think it was wild. First, a lot of people were shocked that he was the choice of G2 once they knew that Hooksy wasn't going to be able to attend this tournament.
Being the American in the arena, I think it's, you know, it's gonna help them for sure.
It's always a little bit different going up against a team with a stand-in. You know, they don't have as much pressure on them, and you need to account for that in the game for some of those more risky plays that you'll definitely see coming out of G2.
First map was Dust 2. It was their pick. They kind of surprised us with it.
He's forced into the open, but he's found one spot of safety, one sanctuary spot. Will it work out for Carrigan because they do not check for him? They thought it's clear, but Carrigan gets away with a double, and now he's going for all 3. He can't stop m0NESY. m0NESY now switches out to the AK-47, discards his weapon of choice, but time is of the essence. He's now gone for the fake into the headshot. He needs a kill right now. Oh! m0NESY with the last second! And Carrigan goes through a middle, barrel spotted. Hunter brings him down with ease. And suddenly it is just 3 players remaining for FaZe Clan. And they've got a challenge into the Flash himself. 24 kills from m0NESY. Dinked up. And Nico is there to assist him from down lower. FaZe are not getting into this round. They are not going to be able to find success because the flank of Hunter's through. And G2 cut through FaZe on Dust 2. Map 1 of the quarterfinals. And this unexpected run is into a sprint.
The feeling of losing, I think it occurred probably on Nuke.
Spotting the outside cross and multiple FaZe players. He's dinked down to 1 health. Instantly off the back of these initial fights, but it's Nico who is stopping on these CT halves. He's got some cover to keep going back into here at Secret, and m0NESY able to finish them off. It is so ridiculous, the mechanical skill that this young man possesses.
I could just feel it from almost the get-go, you know. The way we were talking, the way we were receiving information on the server, the way we were passing the information on the server, and not really capitalizing on any of the mistakes they did or any gap that they were.
Brokey even gets away, and it's going to pull Nexa into Rops. The Tech 9 waiting, and FaZe are about to pull off a round with pistols alone. m0NESY just comes right back in it again. He can pull off a ridiculous clutch to push G2 into that 3-0 territory, and oh my goodness, why not? m0NESY with another one.
It felt like we kind of shut down between ourselves, you know, more than they shut us down, I would say.
And he looks to strike right to the chest of Carrigan. Second shot is so damn fast from m0NESY. And he is just so clinical today. Push and pull, and m0NESY, no scope. Style points from m0NESY. He'll go back and finish it.
I haven't felt this low energy from everyone, including me, ever since I joined the team. So there was definitely something up in there, I would say, that day.
Robs looking to defend this ramp play. Nexa charging towards him. They just run right through, and they run all the way.
G2 with the stand-in has hit a flow state that FaZe can't handle, and that's it. G2 in the semifinals of IEM Dallas.
What's on my mind right now? Disappointment, frustration. Was one of the first rough losses like this ever since I joined the team.
Outclassed, outmatched, and absolutely owned is FaZe by Modesty and Company. And this wasn't even close in the second map.
I'm absolutely speechless, Trace. I can't remember the last time FaZe took a beating this hard on a stage in an arena, right? This is where they do their best work. This is where their players thrive. This was their map pick.
FaZe is known to have the FaZe buff in the arena, so there should be no way that we are lacking energy on a stage day, right? There's not really much conversation, between people here. Even though we're spending so much time together at the tournaments, a lot of times it feels like, there could be much more between us as a teammates. We just need to find a way how to work with everyone, how to make everyone happy, create a space where, people should not be afraid of, talking their mind out. It sucks to lose, yeah. It sucks because, we're FaZe Clan after all, right? We are the team that is supposed to compete for all the titles. But at the end of the day, man, we are also humans. After a good talk we had after this tournament, feels like we got something out of it. Even though after such a bad loss, the fact that we are able to talk about it and kind of find any improvements or areas where we need to improve is already a good step ahead. So everyone just raised their opinion of what's happening in the team, how they feel, After a long time that you play together, you might not even see these little things anymore, It has been quite a crazy road ever since I joined and before I joined, being in almost every single grand final. And now, I think 2 tournaments in a row, making only quarters. I think in a way it kind of releases some sort of pressure. Obviously, it would be a great fairy tale to see us keep going to every grand final there is, but at the end of the day, we are humans. We're gonna get exhausted at one point.
Fun supposed to play today.
The signing session is always a great place to, have a chat with people. It just feels great to have this support, even though we didn't do good at this tournament, and they also let us know that it's fine to not be at the top constantly, Day after the talk, we went to Game Square House. It just felt great to spend some time with the boys outside of the practice room, having some good food, having some drink, cracking jokes, just talking to each other, just having a good time. The way people were between themselves, the vibes that were there is something that I'm looking forward to see more of this, and I'll do my best to have more of this.
But bro, I almost played CS, you know what I'm saying? Early. That day.
One thing I always loved about FaZe was the people around them, right? I felt a little bit shy, but that's as well because, I never really met him before. He is as cool as I thought he would be,